guys, it's Morgan, and it's the second day of BroadwayCon 2020.
But it's, I mean, it's indicative of how the suffering those kids went through, all of them. Like, boy, unbelievable.
I would say that I think Scorpius grows up to be like the first counselor at Hogwarts.
100%. 100%. He's like, did you know that I think we should have a resident therapist here. Yeah.
Give me a drum roll. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2020 BroadwayCon star to be is Luke Islam! Luke, you got a giant check. It's not good at any bank. But you will come back on us to BroadwayCon in 2021 and perform back here on the main stage. Now, tell us, Luke, how do you feel?
Amazing. This is the best thing ever. Thank you so much. I had such a blast performing, and the audience here amazing too. Thank you.
Newsies. I don't know. Spam-a-lot.
Spam-a-lot?
Wow, coconuts. Oh, that's you. Oh, no. Hey, look. Somebody help me! Barbara Streisand.
The first time I ever performed in my life was in my 4th grade talent show, and I did impressions. So I've been doing silly voices for a long time. First of all, it's yet again another credit to our collaborative team that they would write 10 impressions, and I would get in the room and I would say, hey, I think I can successfully pull off these 7. And then they would go, okay, great. Who are 3 that you do, that you know you can do impression-wise, and we'll write around the voices that you've got in your wheelhouse. But in this show, I do everything from like, there's this little, yesterday, you all met Mousy, the little Mousy puppet, who's like Elmo inspired, who's trying to learn how to read a clock. Everything from him to like, my God, there's, the entire cast of Star Wars is in, there's what's a fun one to do for you? For some reason, in our production of Mrs. Doubtfire, Gollum from The Lord of the Rings shows up.
A little Gollum.
BroadwayCon is precious.
That parts the waters. What is it about her that hoists the sail? Something in her hair, instructing where to touch. Why do I need her so much? This woman makes me burn. This woman makes me cry. This woman's eyes can cut me to the core.
I gotta get my share, like,
on my own, pretending he's beside me. All alone, I walk with him till morning. Without him, I feel his arms around me. And when I lose my way, I close my eyes and he has found me.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard
heard of once. Oh, once in a lullaby. And with his soft and gentle touch, he sure unlocked my soul. So now I surely want to help to set him free. And now I want to see him fly, fly. I'll be your alibi, my baby. Fly, fly, fly away. We didn't get to say goodbye, goodbye. No need to tell me why, my baby. Maybe it's because you'll fly back home to me one day.
What's a song?
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, what's a song that you have not sung yet at Broadway Princess Party, but that you would love to someday?
Oh, that's such a sweet question. Let's see. What song am I always like jealous of? Do you know what? I kind of wish I could do something from Beauty and the Beast, but like Susan has to sing Beauty and the Beast stuff, right? I think that's mainly it. I would probably love to do like Home. But other than that, like I get to do like the Tangled song. I often get to do the Anastasia song. You know, the Cinderella stuff is great. I also love A Whole New World because that's actually, I met my husband doing a production of Aladdin, and also Courtney always gets to sing Whole New World. But I sing Whole New World in concerts that I do by myself, so I have gotten to sing it. But yeah, I would say probably the Belle stuff. But like Susan is Belle, you know what I mean?
It's beautiful here, but I've been thinking about you all so much, and I miss you, and I love you. Take good care of yourselves, good care of each other, and have a blast this year at BroadwayCon. I'll see you next year.
Not a new musical, but a revival of a musical. Tell us about it.
I'm doing a Sapphin. Yeah. I'm really excited about it. It's with John Doyle, Stephen Pasquale, Judy Kuhn, Wesley Taylor, Ethan Slater. Like it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit.
Heard of them.
How do you get ready for that? How do you get yourself into that space?
Yeah, it sort of changes from day to day. I think sometimes it's like I really need to like just sort of sit here by myself and not think about it, but just sort of isolate myself and be alone. And then sometimes it's really like checking in with everyone else, and like Gabby who plays Zoe, like we have a check-in pretty much every day before the show, and sometimes I'll spend a lot of time there, sometimes it'll be a minute. But it's sort of depending on what I need based on how emotional the day has been and how easily I feel that I can access that. And then of course vocally there's like a 30-minute warm-up that I do every day.
On the flip
fun. Oh my gosh, you're really putting me on the spot. Well, you know what I've been doing? I've been waking up at 5 every morning and going to the gym and meditating. And I feel like 2020 kind of reminds me of like clarity. And 2020 is all about like pulling yourself together and being your best self every day. And I feel like I've spent every day of 2020 so far showing up for myself and like loving myself even more than before.
That was a great answer. Really good answer.
It changes every night. Like, you know, the audiences are such an integral part of this whole process and experience. And, you know, where they're tuned in is where things sort of get amplified. And so really it changes. And the show is still pretty new for me. So there are so many moments that are still being discovered and, you know, worked through and explored. So it's so fun.
Anthony, 4 years ago at this last time is when the Forever Evergreen send us pizza patty moment happened.
Yeah.
This year, she sent us a video of herself from company rehearsals, and she was eating pretzels. So it was like, bring us pretzels, Patty. So one of these days, Anthony, one of these days, she's going to come out with every type of junk food starting with P, just right onto our stage.
Pistachios.
Pistachios, yeah. Pizza rolls. Popcorn, I guess that's pizza. Popcorn, anyway.
Who is the first person to sign Evan's cast?
Who is Connor?
That is correct. I'm sorry, Billy. It was so wonderful having you. Give us a big flourish as you exit. Beautiful. Name for us as many original cast members from Hairspray as you can. In 30 seconds, go!
Harvey Firestein, Marissa Jarrett Winokur, Carrie Butler, Laura Bell Bundy, Jan Gambatese, Shoshana Bean, Matt Morrison, Jackie Hoffman, who was like the dad? Who's Corny Collins? Who was the mom? Okay, who was in the dance ensemble? Who was fierce? Was Andrew Reynolds? No. I got. Who riffs? Oh!
One.
I said Shoshana Bean. Singing.
Sing it out. Sing it to the rafters. Sing out, Louise.
Text. Belting. Scrolting.
Scrolting. Belting.
Head voice. Chest voice. Head voice. Box voice.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. Evita!
Okay, question number 1. Opening at the Brooks Atkinson Theater, that's where Waitress played, is Six the Musical, and it stars the wives of which British monarch?
Drew was in there first.
King Henry VIII.
Correct! Larry taking the point. Let's go, Nick and Billy. Gentlemen, very respectful. Gavin Creel, what's our next question?
All right, question number 2. The Olivier Awards, which are, of course, the West End's version of the Tony Awards, which I'm actually lucky enough to have one of each. Okay, moving on. But the Olivier Awards are a very special award, and in 2009, what American woman won an Olivier Award for her role in Zorro, the musical?
Nick got in there first.
Leslie Margarita.
Leslie Margarita is right!
Okay, he won a Tony for Dear Evan Hansen.
Ben Platt.
She calls people out for the cell phones. Company, Evita. Pool in her backyard.
Oh, Pat LaPone.
Okay, this show is going to be made into a Netflix thing with Ryan Murphy.
Prom.
Yes. Okay, this is coming to Broadway. It's
The Music Man?
No, it's women about Henry VIII. Their wives. Yes. It's about hell and it's about Orpheus and getting out of.
Ooh.
I know.
Larry, Phantom of the Opera, so hideous. And Christine ripped off the mask. She shouted, "Eek, there's a Tony Award. There's a Tony Award where your nose should be." Let's go to our panel. Billy, what is where the Phantom's nose should be? What did you say, Billy?
I said a mirror.
A mirror. The mirror has 2 noses. My favorite Barbra Streisand movie. All right. That's not a match. Taylor, what'd you get?
I said there's a closing notice.
That is hideous. Absolutely. Not a match, but genius. Next up, Jesse, what'd you get for us?
I wrote snake.
Excellent, that's very good, but it is not the same as a Tony Award. Christiani, what was there instead of a nose?
Tony Award.
You're lying.
There was a lollipop, child.
A lollipop! Oh, unfortunately no matches, but a great deal of fun was had by everybody. Larry, you can return to your team. All right,